Dear friends, whenever we hear the sound of the bell, we practice listening to the bell deeply. Usually when someone invites the bell to sound, we don't say hit the bell. We say invite the bell to sound. He or she should wake the bell up first with a half sound, like this. That is a half sound. But before he does that, she does that, she has to practice mindful breathing first to prepare himself. And there is a verse for the bell master to use for breathing in and breathing out, and to make himself or herself available to the bell, qualified as a bell master. You just cannot pick up the instrument and then you make the sound. You have to prepare yourself. So holding the, may I borrow it? Holding the stick like this, he will practice mindful breathing. A few times in order to calm himself down, to make him or her into a real bell master. And the verse is like this: body, speech and mind in perfect oneness. I send my heart along with the sound of this bell. May the hearers awaken from their forgetfulness and transcend the path of anxiety and sorrow. See, that is a four-line verse for you to breathe and to become a real bell master. Body, speech and mind in perfect oneness. I send my heart along with the sound of this bell. May the hearers awaken from their forgetfulness and transcend the path of anxiety and sorrow. And then you are calm, you are fully aware, you are fully present, and now you can invite the bell to sound. You invite, you offer half a sound, so that the whole community become aware that a real sound, a full sound is going to be heard. And everyone stop thinking, stop talking, prepare themselves to receive the full sound, the voice of the Buddha calling you back to your true home. In the practice center, the sound of the bell is the voice of the Buddha from within, calling you back to your true home. And so the bell master make a half sound and allow you the time to prepare yourself for the reception of the full sound, the voice of the Buddha. You stop what you are saying, you finish what you are saying in a few seconds, you stop your thinking. Not only your talking, but you stop also your thinking. And you go home to yourself with your in-breath. And you enjoy breathing to get prepared for the sound. The sound as the voice of the Buddha from within, calling you back to your true home. And then the bell master will allow you the time to for one in breath, 1 out breath at least, and then he or she will invite the bell so that a full sound will be offered to the whole community. And then everyone will enjoy breathing in and breathing out at least 3 times. And when you breathe in, you say, I listen, I listen. And when you breathe out, you say, this wonderful sound brings me back to my true home. Listen, listen. This wonderful sound brings me back to my true home. No thinking, just listening, listening very deeply to the sound of the bell that will bring you back to your true home in the here and the now. And the one who speaks, stop speaking and thinking about what to say next, and enjoy deeply his or her in-breath and out-breath. Enjoy his being in his true home. That is the living Dharma, being in your true home. And the one who listens to the talk also stop listening and enjoy her in-breath and out-breath. Very nourishing, very healing. In Plum village in France, not only we enjoy the sound of the great bell within our center, but whenever the bell, the church bell nearby sound, we also stop and enjoy the church bell. Not only we enjoy the church bell, but every time the clock play music, every quarter of the hour, we also stop thinking, stop talking, and we go back to our breath, and we enjoy breathing in and out. Whether we are in the dining hall or in the kitchen, we do the same. So the clock, the music of the clock, is like the mindfulness bell, help us to come home and to enjoy our home. Also, when you hear the telephone ringing, you practice. You are supposed not to run to the telephone. You are supposed to stay wherever you are, because the sound of the telephone is also the voice of the Buddha calling you back to your true home. Stay wherever you are and go back to your in-breath. Listen, listen. This wonderful sound brings me back to my true home. And then after having practiced like that 2 times, you do walking meditation to the telephone, or you take the telephone out and answer. And if you are the one who want to make a phone call, you prepare yourself before making the number. You practice going home to yourself. And there is also a verse for you to practice. Words can travel thousands of kilometers. They are to bring about more understanding, mutual understanding. I vow that what I am going to say will be beautiful, like flowers and embroideries. I vow that everything I'm going to say will help with more mutual understanding and compassion. And then now you are qualified to make a phone call. And when you hear, and when you hear the sound at the end of the line, you know that the other person is listening, breathing in and out, and you know that you have a chance to practice breathing in and out with her. So both of you are breathing in and out mindfully at the same time. It's a very beautiful practice. We call it telephone meditation. And then in Plum Village, in the Deer Park Monastery also, if we use the computer is programmed so that every quarter of the hour there will be a bell of mindfulness, so that you can stop your work and go home and enjoy your in-breath and out-breath. And you know that when you call Plum Village or Deer Park, you don't expect them to answer right away after the first ring. They are breathing in and out. Listen, listen. This wonderful sound brings me back to my true home. And you enjoy deeply your in-breath and out-breath 3 times. The bell master tonight is a monk from New Zealand. Brother Pháp Điền, the field of the Dharma. Enjoy the mindfulness bell. Enjoy your in-breath and out-breath 3 times. I like to use different kind of verses. You may use the verse, I have arrived, I'm home, I have arrived, I'm home. Or you might like to say, I listen deeply. This wonderful sound brings me back to my true home. Or you may say, breathing in, I feel calm, I relax. Breathing out, I smile. Calming, smiling. Breathing in, I establish myself in the present moment. Breathing out, I know this is a wonderful moment. Calming, smiling, present moment, wonderful moment. when you come home to the present moment with your in-breath, you become fully alive, fully present. You can touch life in the here and the now. You feel that you are alive. You touch the miracle that you are alive. Because to be alive, that is the greatest of all miracles. And with only one in-breath, you can touch that miracle. That is why you can say, present moment, wonderful moment. If someone asks you, my dear friend, has the most wonderful moment of your life arrived? He wants to know whether the most wonderful moment of your life has arrived. It would be a pity if such a moment does not arrive at all. Then you may have the tendency to say, oh, it does not seem that it has arrived, that wonderful moment. But I am sure that it will arrive soon, sometime in the future. And that is our tendency to answer. But if we keep living like the way we have lived our life in the past 20 years, it will not arrive in the next 20 years. It might not arrive at all, that moment we call the most wonderful moment of our life. And for many, many of us, that moment does not arrive at all until we die. The Buddha said, you have to make the present moment into the most wonderful moment of your life. And this is possible. Because if you are able to go home to the present moment, to the here and the now, become fully alive, become fully present, you can touch all the wonders of life within yourself and around you. Everything belonging to you is a wonder. Your eye, your ear, your nose, your body, your mind. And because you are not mindful, you don't touch them deeply, you don't know that they are wonders until you die. And you begin to regret that you have not lived at all. That is why our true home must be sought in the here and the now. It can be touched in the here and the now.